as a part of my marketing mix. Anything that you don't mind sharing with us would be lovely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, when we acquired Fielddrive, Hublot acquired Fielddrive towards the end of last year, we only announced it earlier this year, they really hadn't had a marketing function. So they had been doing events, which I'll come on to, but nothing really was there. So myself and Tasia Sui, Tage,
Yeah.
who I know works really closely with your guys, who's a legend. He's our marketing director. Love working with that guy. Anyway, we had to sit down and really understand what had happened to date, and where were we. So it was all quite brand new. So of course we had to understand our list size, our total universe, GDPR universe, and where did we need to build. So we went back, as I said, and we looked at who's going to be our target ICP. We defined that it was going to be any event with attendees over 1,000, preferably more than 2 a year, and preferably to start within the UK, Europe, or the States. So that's who we need to get in front of. These were the previous biggest customers to date last year. So we sort of modeled that out. What did that look like? Who were they? And then what we did was we just started to build lists. So Neil and Tage's team just build lists every week, like he's a machine. And then we nurture those. And then we had to get an SEO agency on board. That wasn't happening. We're building a new website as we speak. We needed to find a paid media agency, and you guys were recommended to us. And I think we started working with you in about April time. And of course, because it was brand new, as we know, it takes a while to optimize and understand which keywords and performance and so on. But we've really, really optimized it now. And the last month was incredible. But also we have to get into the weeds. We have to get into the analysis. So we have to understand what is, because it was so new and there wasn't any previous history to look at. So we had to really understand what is going on. It was like a launch sort of business, really, from a marketing point of view. And so all the channels, as you can imagine, we've got SEO, we've got organic and paid, and then events. So, and of course, loads of email nurture, as I mentioned. But with the events, we looked at what they did last year. And they actually did do a couple of events last year really well, with good leads. So we booked those again, like IMEX I mentioned in Vegas, IMEX in Frankfurt, BizBash. But then we also looked at other events potentially that we could do. And we're just about to launch a webinar series for the reasons I mentioned, hosted on our Hublot webinar platform, and it plugs straight into our CRM. And Hublot have also launched content snippet, so you can really snip it up into bite-sized pieces and use that for content marketing and demand gen as well. So from an event point of view, interestingly, it's still proving the most number of leads. However, the conversion from leads to opportunity is actually higher through paid and organic. So we get more in terms of volume, but less is converting. So as we know, now we just have to really deep dive into that and visualize where is it going wrong in that part of the funnel. So, and that's why I say to anyone, like when you go to these events, you might get more leads, but they've got to be followed up. So that's something. So basically, and there's so much more than we did, but I won't bore you. But this year has really been a building and forming year.